Hello and welcome to part 6 of using the iPad with VoiceOver. In this little tutorial, we're going to take a look at how you would search the web pages when using VoiceOver. So first of all, we have got to use a web browser, and the web browser on your iPad is, let me just move this a little bit, is called Safari. So I'm going to navigate to Safari. And then from there, we're going to search for a few web pages. Ready?
Game Center, App Store, Kindle, iTranslate Music, page 1 of Dock, Safari. Double tap to open.
The reason that it says Dock Safari, on the very bottom part of your iPad, there is an area there called Dock. And whatever applications are positioned on the dock, they're always available to you. Even if you move to page 2 or page 3, they remain on the dock area. So in case you're wondering why it says dock and then followed by the application name Safari. Safari is the web browser used by the iOS, the Apple operating system. So let's go into Safari web browser. Double tap.
Safari, it's better in the app.
So Safari opens up and here I have got my Google home screen. So I find a nice quick way is if I bring my finger to the very top of my device, just right up here at the very top, and then just bring it slowly down.
Address, button.
When I hear address button, I can just double tap.
Address, text field, is editing. HTTPS.
Text field is editing appears.
www.google.com. HTTPS/www.google.com. Selected.
So that's the current one. I would like to change this to Amazon. So A M A Z. And as I begin to type this, it automatically completes. But I can carry on. Let me just get to the go option here. So, because I want to show you what I'm going to do once I have it typed in. So AMAZON. I now want to change to get my dot, so I must come down here and change on my 1, 2, 3.
Numbers, more letters.
And here I will get my little full stop. So that's my dot.
Period.
I now want to change back to my letters. So again, I tap on the ABC.
More letters, more numbers.
And I select Amazon.co. So C-O. I need a dot again, so I'm back to searching on my numbers.
More letters.
Dot again.
Period.
It says period. Back again to ABC.
More letters, more numbers.
So, and then I say UK. UK. Now at this point, I'm looking for the word go.
Go.
And then I double tap.
Skip to main content.
So now I'm brought straight in to the Amazon.co.uk website. Now this is where all that lovely learning that you've been doing up to now to learn about the rotor options will really come into their own. Because websites are constructed with different elements. They have text boxes, lists, headings, links, search fields, buttons, and so on. You don't need to know all these, but it sure saves a lot of time whenever you're looking for something. So the first thing that we would like to do is we would like to search for the Amazon Echo Dot. This is the 31st of March 2020, and currently I don't know if it's because of the world being on lockdown practically due to the coronavirus, but Amazon currently have special offers on some of their really cool devices, especially the ones that are being like the Amazon Show, the Amazon Dot Echo, and so on. So we look for one of those. Now I'm going to swipe down.
Search, text field.
Now the reason, you might think that was very clever, but the reason that that went straight to the search field was that on my rotor I have the text field option enabled, and that instantly brings me to the search field that I want to search Amazon's website. Can you imagine if you didn't have this knowledge of trying to search for things without the search field on an Amazon website? It would be like going into the largest supermarket and then multiply that by 100 and looking for, I don't know, packet of sugar. So we're going to double tap now to select this.
Search. Text field is editing.
So text field is editing. Notice because the text field is now editing that up pops the QWERTY keyboard on the lower half of the screen. So I'm going to type in here echo dot. So that's E C H O space D O T, and then I'm going to go to the search option.
Search.
And double tap.
Skip to main content.
And look what happens now. Instead of being presented with everything under the sun, Amazon has filtered out everything that matches my search text, echo dot. And it has now presented me with different options. These echo dots, they're not very expensive to begin with. They're about £50, €50, thereabouts. But just at the moment, they have a special on. And they're £24.99. These Amazon dots, let me just tell you a little bit about the Amazon dot. This is a little speaker, but it's a very smart speaker. You can ask the speaker to call your contacts. You can drop in on friends or family, and everybody during lockdown might love this option. It's a feature called drop-in. A word of warning, it's a bit of a privacy invasion if you don't know an awful lot about it. But say, for example, you have elderly parents during this lockdown, and both of you have an Amazon Echo Dot. The drop-in feature can be enabled on both devices, so that you can then say, drop in on mum and dad's dot. And as soon as you do that, they get a little sound, a little circle comes up on their dot. You go, hi mum and dad, how are you? How are you getting on? Do you need anything today? Or vice versa, they can drop in on your dot. They go like, hi Miriam, how are you? Can you pick me up, some milk the next time you're shopping, please, and just maybe leave it on our doorstep? That would be great. Thank you. Hope you guys are all keeping well, whatever. So they act as an intercom, and they can act right across. You don't even have to be in the same house, although they're very good if you're in the same house and somebody is isolating due to whatever reasons, but particularly at the moment with the coronavirus, you may have somebody. So again, you can just drop in, or at least they're connected. It's like an intercom system. But they're much more than that. You can ask it to play music, to read the news. You can ask it, you can play quizzes on these. You can download apps to these, and the Amazon apps are called skills. So you can install the skills for children. You can keep children amused with a lot of the different things that are on these as well. So maybe take a little bit of look at one of these yourself at some point. But anyway, we're currently looking at the rotor options with navigating websites. Now at this point, I would like to navigate down through, but I don't want to read absolutely everything. I just want the headings of everything. So now I'm going to search for headings. So
language, words, speech rate, volume, search fields, buttons, containers, headings.
Headings, there we go.
33 headings.
So remember in our previous lessons, we had a little look at the rotor, and that's what you've just seen on screen. The rotor is an invisible dial, only available when you're using the VoiceOver feature on your iPad. But here's the beauty of it now. When I start swiping down with one finger, it's just going to jump across headings. So let me see if I can capture this. Sorry, I'm working with two stands here. So now, let me see if I can steady this up. Okay.
16 Echo Dot, sort by, Echo Dot, third gen, smart speaker with Alexa,
and I can swipe back up.
Echo Dot, third gen, smart speaker with Alexa, charcoal fabric, heading level 2, link. Echo Dot, third gen, smart speaker with Alexa, sandstone fabric, heading level 2, link. Echo Dot, third gen, smart speaker with Alexa, plum fabric, heading level 2, link.
Now say for example this is the one that I wanted. Well, if I swipe down again, it's going to jump over all the relevant information that I need, particularly the price. So at this point, rather than swiping down, I'm going to swipe from left to right.
4.7 out of 5 stars, link.
So someone has given it 4.7 out of 5 stars.
155,000 limited time deal, link. £24.99, £49.99.
So there you go.
Amazon Prime, get it. Wednesday, the 8th, free delivery by Echo Dot, third gen.
So it's actually telling you, So free delivery.
Wednesday, the 8th of April. Get it.
Get it. Double tap.
Get it. Skip to main content.
Now I'm brought on
Web
to
page loaded.
the buy now or add to the basket page. So this is you're finished in the aisles, you're finished shopping around your supermarket aisles, you're now at the checkout. So to get to the buy now, it's a button option. So again, you'll get familiar once you go into a few of these websites, and when you're learning how to use the rotor on websites, stick with the one website and check it out on that, because if you can navigate nicely through one website, you'll navigate through any of them. Well, that's dependent on who's actually written the websites. Some of them are more accessible than others. Anyway, we're going to look for the buttons because we're looking for the buy now button.
Links. Form controls. Visited links. Non-visited links. Text fields. Language. Words. Speech rate. Volume. Search fields. 0 search field. Buttons.
There we go.
28 buttons.
28 buttons. So now I'm going to swipe down until I hear the button announced.
Name. Click on Echo Dot. Button. Charcoal fabric. Button. Heather grey fabric. Plum fabric. Sandstone fabric. Device only. Button.
The reason it's calling out those fabrics, there's different colour options available, so you might double tap one of those if you have a preference for a pink fabric as opposed to a black fabric or whatever. So I'm just going to go again.
With 2XU color bulb. With 2XU color bulb. With 2XU white bulb. With 2XU white bulb. With smart plug. Plus £8. Button. Top reviews. Pop-up button. Double tap to activate the picker. Helpful. Button. With smart with 2XU cut. With 2XU cut. Device only. Sans plum fabric. Heather grey fabric. Charcoal fabric. Echo Dot with Echo Dot. Alexa. Add to list. Buy now. Button.
Buy now button. I don't know, just some websites don't have these in sequence, but then you got to remember, guys, that these are live websites. They're constantly putting stuff up there, and I think Amazon do a really pretty good job actually on their website whenever you're going to search for something and also buy something. So now I'm on the buy now button. I'm not going to double tap on this, but if I double tap on this, it's going to ask me to sign in with my password. In other words, you would have previously had to set up an Amazon account, and when you're setting up an Amazon account, they just require a credit card number and some other details, the email address that you want to use with your Amazon account, and then your password, and that allows you sign in. Okay, so now I want to go to the back button, just to go back to the previous page. So again, you can go up to the top of your screen.
Bookmarks bar. Address. Button.
Address
Edit
button.
URL. New tab. Button. iCloud tabs. Button. Bookmarks. Share. Forward. Back.
And I'm swiping back button. Tap tap.
Back.
It goes now back to the previous page. So you can see I'm back at the previous page again. So when you're searching the internet, you can search for links as well. So let me just show you again the little rotor part about searching the web. So again,
Containers. Headings. Links.
links. This time,
372 links.
I'm not going to search by headings, I'm going to search by links. I know you're probably saying, well, how am I supposed to know what all these web elements are named? Here's the great thing. If you're a VoiceOver user, they kind of announce them anyway, so you'll learn them almost by default, you know. And you'll come across them on your rotor options as well once you're in websites. So that's another good way of learning what's available and what are the available options that you can search with when you're on an internet website. You don't have to do this, but it's a very quick way of navigating a website. You can just swipe from left to right and swipe down with 2 fingers to get it to continuous read and use all your previous ones. This is just if you want to hop around quickly and get something, okay? Now, when I did the buy now button, there was an add to basket button there that I could have chosen, because maybe I wanted to buy an Amazon dot, and maybe I want to go back then and search for something else and then add that to the basket before I would do the buy now. Okay, so let me just search again.
Form controls. Links.
So there's my links.
372 links.
So now 372 links, so you can see why I chose the headings first. Okay, so now I swipe down again.
Navigation. And try Prime. Link below. Sign in account and lists. Returns and orders. Link. Try Prime. Link. 0 items in shopping basket. Link. Amazon response to COVID-19. Best sellers. Link. Prime Video. Link. Help. Link. Prime Video. Best sellers.
There's my best sellers. So here I am. I'm going in looking for an Echo Dot, and suddenly I've come across best sellers, and I double tap to select that. Perhaps that's now going to bring me to, well, currently it's probably soap and antibacterial hand washes, etc., I would imagine. So it's going to bring, so you get kind of sidetracked if you're using websites too, so just bear that in mind. Be very focused if you're coming in to do something in particular. So I'm going to swipe down again so you can see each time I swipe down,
Prime Video.
it
Link.
moves to the next link.
Help. Link. New releases. Link. Books. Link. Gift ideas. Link. Gift cards and top up. Link. Electronics. Link. Pantry. Link. Home and garden. Link.
I want to go back to pantry.
Pantry. Link.
Double tap to select.
Pantry. Link. Skip to main content. Web page loaded.
And so now just having a look at this, guys. They have everything here from whole foods to dried foods, tinned foods, drinks, alcohol, washing, and all the rest of it. So again, I mean, you can check to see, you know.
Form controls. 9 form controls.
So there's 9 form controls. So if I want to see what a form control is, I can swipe down.
Navigation. Open menu. Button. Line. Search. Searching. Amazon. Go. Button. Search. Text field. Main. Free sample. Button. Free delivery. Button. Vouchers. Button. Outlet. Button. Past purchase. Button. Form control not found. Form control not. Form
Can you hear?
control, form
We're
control
back to
not
the
found.
boom, 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 the donk, donk sound again. So that's the end of my form controls. So I'm going to see what else that I can search on this. I'm going to twist again.
Visited links. 3 visited links. Non-visited links.
Non-visited links.
166 non-visited links. Text fields. 0 text fields.
0 text fields.
Words. Speech rate. Main. Volume. Search fields. Buttons. Containers.
Oh, let's go back to buttons.
5 buttons.
Let's check the 5 buttons out.
Button not found. Past purchase. Button. Beverages. Link. Past purchase. Button. Beverages. Past purchase. Outlet. Button. Vouchers. Free delivery. Free sample. Button. Search. Go. Searching. App navigation. Button not found. Button not
So
found.
there you go. So this is what I'm trying to say, that when you're searching either, you know, in an app or within a web page, within a website, the rotor becomes your best friend, really. One, it helps you to check out what's actually, you know, how they've developed the website, how they've constructed it, how they've put it together, and also how you can navigate it. Now, for any of these, obviously, if there's a piece on it that you want to read, you can just swipe down with 2 fingers and it will just do the whole continuous reading thing for you as well. But this is just if you want to search around. It's a bit like jumping, you know, from one aisle to another in a supermarket. You don't have to go down the entire aisle if you just want, you know, I don't know, a tin of beans. You know, you pick that up. You don't have to go looking through the whole aisle. You just go to the can section or whatever. So it's a bit like that. So hopefully you'll have found this useful. But a lot of practice. So thank you for watching and goodbye for now.